Hey everyone, Marvin Kane here with installment number 8 in our Answer Man series. We've talked about backlinks, we've talked about reviews. Today I want to talk about Google Analytics. Now, with all things related to the search world, analytics is a pretty big topic. There's a lot to unpack there, but I get asked about it a lot, so I wanted to just give you some basic information about the kinds of reports that are available, and if you want to dig deeper, I'm happy to be your guide. Just let me know what you want to know about, and we can expand on that. So the first thing is, of course, what is Google Analytics? Well, the simple answer is it's a tool provided to us, it's a free tool provided to us by Google that allows us to collect a wide range of data about how our users are interacting with our website. When you set up a Google Analytics account, Google provides a snippet of code that has to be inserted in all the pages of your website. And once that's done, it takes about 24 hours before Google starts to record all this information about how your users are behaving on your website, which you can see by logging into your Google Analytics account. Now, I'm not going to get into how the code is installed on your pages. There's lots of variables there. If your website, for example, was built on a content management system like WordPress, well, then it's relatively easy to do that. You could probably do it yourself. If your website was designed by a developer, if it was custom designed or hand-coded, then you may have to have your developer insert the code for you. What I am going to talk about is what kinds of information is available through Google Analytics and why it's important. In order for all this information to actually be useful, you have to answer a question first, and that is, what is the goal of my website? Or what are the goals? Of course, you can have more than one goal, but if you haven't defined a goal for your website, then the information available through Google Analytics is basically meaningless and not going to help us. I'm reminded of the old Lewis Carroll quote, "If you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there." If, on the other hand, you know what you want your users to do when they get to your website, then you can take this data and convert it into meaningful information, which then forms the basis of an intelligent, data-driven marketing decision. The idea is that you want to guide your users through your website along a path that you define for them. And understanding how analytics works can help you do that. Does it make sense? So let's talk about a few of the reports available through analytics. Of course, the easiest report to interpret is the Audience Overview report, and that's divided into 5 different sections. The first one is users, and that very simply tells you how many users visited your website within a given time frame. Now, you can define that time frame if you want to analyze data from the previous week, or the previous 2 weeks, or the last 30 days, or the last 60 days. That's up to you. The other thing you can do is compare the time frame. So, for example, if you're looking at a 30-day period, you can also compare your performance with the previous 30-day period, and the value there is you can begin to see trends. Are you getting more visitors than you were previously, or less? Are they staying on the site longer, or are they leaving more quickly? So these are the kinds of things that you can do by comparing date ranges. The other thing is page views, which is a total number of pages viewed during that time frame that you specified. There's also average page duration. So how long are people staying on these pages when they get there? The other thing that you can look at is bounce rate. Bounce rate is the percentage of people who get to a page and don't interact at all with the page and don't click on any links that take them to another page. They just sort of bounce right off the website before taking any kind of action. So the other thing is pages per session. So once a visitor gets there, how many pages are they viewing? It's all extremely valuable information that's very easy to find with Google Analytics. The other group of reports are what we call the ABC reports, and that stands for acquisition, behavior, and conversion. Acquisition, quite simply, is how did folks get to the website? How did they find you? Did they find you through an organic search? Did they find you by typing your URL directly into their browser window? Were they referred to your website from another website? Did they click on an email to get to your website? Or did they arrive from their social media or some other social media profile that contained a link to your website? So that's acquisition. So behavior. What did users do when they got to your website? Analytics allows us to actually track the path that users take once they're on your site. So we can look at where they were when they entered the site, what page they entered through, and then where they went. We can sort of follow them across their experience with your website. And the benefit here is, as we mentioned before, you want to be able to control their path. And if they're not doing the things you want them to do, well, then we have some information that allows us to go back and make some corrections and then go check it again and see if that helped. So that's another very valuable report. Now, the conversion reports, in my view, are the most important ones. If you've identified a goal or several goals, then the conversion reports allow us to tell if users are converting. In other words, are they taking the actions you want them to take? Are they filling out a form? Are they buying a product? Are they opting into your email list? These are all conversions that you've already defined as goals. So unless your website really functions like a one-page business card, you need to have Google Analytics on your website. The other thing is you have to have clearly defined goals for your website, or you just will not be able to get the most meaning out of all the data you're collecting, and it just won't make any difference what's going on your website. So defining some goals for your website is extremely important. So again, there's a lot more here. There's a lot more that Google Analytics can show us, a lot more data. There's demographic data that tells us the age and the gender of people who are visiting your website. Extremely valuable information. Now, I know that we can't cover all of this in this short video, so I invite you to jump off to my website, caneworks.com. Go to the contact page and let me know what you'd like to know about Google Analytics, or for that matter, any question that you have about anything related to search. I promise you I will do another video and answer your question, because I am the answer man. Thanks for watching.